I'll send you some sounds to get you going. Like I say, I'll send you some sounds to get you going.
Hey, okay, great. We are live and wow, here I am back again, 2024, feeling fresh, feeling brand new, feeling really chirpy and energetic and can't wait to see what the Year of the Dragon has for me and for my work in Malaysia, for my dreams and aspirations and goals for India as well. My folks back home are, very happy that they say, "Oh, she's settled now in Malaysia." But I always believe in going where the universe leads me, and for that self belief and for that faith, a very special guest who's joining me today from Mumbai has a lot to do with that, with my self growth and my state of mind, state of heart, so to say. So I'm very, very happy to, have what I call it as season 3 of Heart to Heart. With the first episode today, with this celebrated holistic life coach who has been doing awesome work for the last 21 years in India. She has been covered extensively, by magazines, on radio as a radio guest, Condé Nast, Architectural Digest, having her own kind of columns that she writes about living a life of an integrated life here, of within and out. ASHNA DDHANNAK has been a huge transformational source of of change for me in my own life ever since I met her in 2019, and my whole journey began with her when I just went to her and said, okay, I need to change. I feel a sense of what is the word to say, stagnation, because all of us professionals, the alpha A type, as you call it, I have been so kind of, focused on career and professional goals, like myself. Like my mom calls me the big dreamer of the house. And I'm very glad, there's no complaints there. But I think I kind of reached a point in my personal life where I felt that I needed something more, more quality, more in-depth kind of connection with myself. And that's where Ashna Dhanak stepped in. As you've already read in her in the introduction, which I've been promoting for the last couple of days, Ashna has done huge work in India and continues to do a lot of work with, with friends and clients and people from all walks of life who reach out to her for help. So let me get Ashna, who's backstage with me already. She's been, waiting to kind of get online to meet my audience and to meet my guests. But before we kind of bring her on, online with my season 3 Heart to Heart with Ethel Da Costa, here's me saying a grateful thank you to all my friends, my readers, fans, well wishers for being on this journey with me for the last 30 years. You can imagine how way back I started this media career, as a journalist. And of course, now as a successful media entrepreneur in Malaysia as well. But the journalist in me will always be up, alive, kicking, everything else that I do around the medium is just different, feathered hats that I wear. So let me get Ashna online. And here's a big, huge good evening to Malaysia and to India. Ashna, there you are.
Yay! Hi. Hi,
Hi,
hi, Ethel. How are you?
I'm good. How
Hello,
are you?
everybody. I'm very fine. Hello, everybody. Very, very good evening to all of you. It's such a pleasure to be here, Ethel. Thank you so much for the lovely invite. For being here is a privilege with you, and I look forward for this wonderful heart-to-heart show. And I would just like to say to everybody that Ethel herself is like, such a genuine, heartful person, and her shows have been like truly inspirational worldwide. And it's truly an honor and a pleasure to be here this evening. And I look forward to, have some wonderful memories and moments with everybody out here.
Correct. I'm very happy that that
Yeah.
we finally made it online.
Yes.
Like I was saying that 2024 is a very auspicious year, right? Uh,
Yes.
you know,
Yes.
the energy of the dragon is so kind of, I feel it so much in my spirit. And I am looking forward to adding more energy, more enthusiasm, to everything that I do in my professional life and in my personal life. Thanks to you, Ashna. You have been instrumental in, in overhauling my life, actually, and but my friends and fans and readers also know that, because I talk about you very often in my work, that you have kind of, what would I call it, given like this new lease of life to me, and for that I'm extremely grateful, really grateful, Ashna. Thank you so much. Thank you
The
so
pleasure
much.
is equally mine, Ethel. Yeah, it's really a pleasure to be around with for everybody who actually deserves a wholehearted life, because all of us are being sent to actually live to the fullest. Though we all encounter difficulties and setbacks, but the real win of the game is to actually get up and keep moving forward, and despite of all odds. And that's the reason that we are here to kind of handhold everybody who's looking out for help in life.
Yeah, I'm really happy to to take to start season 3 of Heart to Heart with you, Ashna.
Yeah,
So let's jump into it directly. Let's get into it.
absolutely, absolutely, absolutely.
Great. As you know, Heart to Heart is supposed to be and is a very heartfelt conversation where we are
Absolutely.
allowed to create the space to be vulnerable, to be ourselves, as who we
Yes.
are. I would like to know, for the sake of my, my friends as well who are joining in, how did your journey from, from being in the hospitality industry get into being, the spiritual coaching and holistic life coaching? How did that transition happen, Ashna?
Actually, Ethel, I've always been spiritual from the time I remember my consciousness. But it does happen that we all go through different stages of life, some are ups and some are downs. So hospitality industry was actually a quite a later stage in my life. I mean, I always had that inclination towards the divine, or towards nature, towards God, towards spirituality. And I was already practicing my work before even I joined the hospitality industry. But obviously, like, we all have to work and we all have to earn our bread and butter. So for quite a considerable time, approximately a decade, I worked with the hospitality industry as a wellness head with the top-notch hotels in Dubai, Goa, in India. So simultaneously, I was practicing my holistic work as well. So it was a very deep practice. But for almost a decade, I have done it completely out of my compassion for people. So I've never charged people for almost more than 10 years. So
Wow.
all of people who asked me for help were my own family, friends, and my colleagues, and I was like, liberally giving out whatever I could to ensure that, like, whatever the art that I have learned is actually it gave me brilliant results. And same, these are all tried and tested remedies or therapies or whatever I practice is, so whatever I have felt the success, I have always shared that within the people around. And whatever they have shared with me, that the setbacks, maybe it's personal, or maybe it's in their work, or it is anything to do with general areas of life. So when we have done readings, when we did all these kind of therapies, Vastu, numerology, we saw brilliant results. They moved many steps forward in life. So um, approximately after practicing of more than 10 to 12 years, I felt that I wanted to fully jump into it and make it my profession for the rest of my life. So I quit my high paid corporate job, and people at that time told me that, are you really crazy? You really want to leave this job? Like, I was the head of the department for so many years. But
Right.
this was my passion, and it was already very clear that I had to get fully into what I truly believe the purpose of my life was. So that's when in 2014 I quit, and it's almost 10 years. I'm now another 10 years into my work, for more than 21 years of my journey, altogether. And from last 10 years, I'm professionally doing it. You have already visited my boutique at the
Yes.
mall in
Yes.
Mumbai.
Yes.
So yes, it goes from there. That's how the journey has been.
Yeah, and it's beautiful, right? Because I think very few, Ashna, I believe, understand, recognize, acknowledge their calling, and you're one of the blessed ones. I consider myself, the blessed one too, because we've never kind of done jobs. We just stepped into
No,
our calling, and and the whole our whole life
absolutely.
became that, right?
Even when we are working, like, it's a paid job, but then we give our heart and soul into the work. So that's the reason that we have climbed much faster and ahead from anybody else, because it was not just work. It was completely ourselves. We have immersed into it. And so does, like, when you're doing for yourself, of course there's no looking back, that this is what I always wanted to do, and like, I'm so soulfully contented with whatever I'm doing today.
Yeah, I was watching this lovely interview with Oprah Winfrey, with reference to her new movie that she's just put out, the color purple, it's called, and she
Yes,
was talking about that the joy in putting your service out there to the world, as a reward, like she says, irrespective of the outcome, because we never know what change or difference it could make to somebody on the planet, but that is a service that you put out, she said, that, and you leave it out there for the universe, in terms of whatever reward that it will create for you back in return. And I think you and me are testimony of that, of the joy of
absolutely.
it out.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yes, no doubt about that.
Yes. So I don't know if you know that all across the world we are celebrating the Chinese New Year currently. So in Malaysia, it
Yes,
was Gongxi Fa Shai. It means I wish you to be rich, and I wish myself to be rich as well. What a beautiful greeting!
absolutely.
Yeah. So that comes very heartfelt from Malaysia to you. I'm also excited to know, your reading of this very special year, which is the Year of the Dragon. We would like to know that from you. And what
Sure,
advice would you like to give to my audiences right now?
sure. So, 2024, as per the Chinese astrology, it is considered to be the year of the dragon. Now, the dragon is supposed to be a huge animal and it's quite an energetic and a fiery animal. So, in China, it is considered to be a very auspicious, moment of this year. Because it brings with it the energy of the dragon. So, how we can benefit from this particular energy is that this year we can actually fearlessly talk our truth or live our truth. And I think many of us are already experiencing this because maybe there were so many pented up, moments which people have been taking throughout their lives. And a point comes when you have to either like there is a breakdown or a breakthrough. So this
Correct.
particular year will bring complete breakthroughs with the year of the dragon energy. So whatever you have built up inside, it is time to bring it out to the world. It could be your dreams, aspirations, or it could be anything which you have been holding back for so long. So, this is the year of complete encouragement where you speak your truth, but in utmost kindest manner. We don't keep actually firing people, but with that fire, with that energy within, you have to move ahead. And whatever you've been desiring throughout all these, throughout your journey of life, it is the year of make it happen because it will be supported. Even as for the Indian astrology, this is the year of Saturn, which is the year of karma as well. So many things will come to a closure, a karmic year. So you will have like, you will see so many chapters getting closed, new opportunities opening up completely. You may lose many people in your life, which are, maybe which were holding you back, and you yourself will realize that it was high time that we needed to get through this and go through the other side of the journey as well. So the dragon is considered to be an animal of integrity and honesty as well. So and so does our karma. Worldwide we believe in that what you give is what you're going to get back. So with integrity, with honesty, with hard work, maybe you have had to wait, but the rewards will definitely come in, and many of us have already started to see the developments which were a long time which we have not seen in our space. So I think that's where the Year of Dragon will encourage you to fight back with full, with your swords, with your tools. That would be like your determination, your discipline, your orderliness, and about you as a person. A complete integrated person. So that's how we get the encouragement to move ahead. And people who have been putting you down or who have, been causing a lot of pain, though we always seek forgiveness, but this year is a year of assertiveness where you will have to put a stop. You will have to, kind of energetically create boundaries and say that enough is enough. Ask for forgiveness in spirit, and
Yes.
kind of allow people to just move on with whatever, you know with their
Yeah.
energy. If it is not suiting you, we'll have to create those boundaries and start respecting your inner self. So that is
That's
what the dragon's message for universally around. And it's with full fire. There is nothing which is going to stop you at this point of time. It's just then something which is your out of our own, some small habits that needs to be changed. But it is very supportive here. So people who want to travel, people who want to get new things done, open new businesses, change their work, the field of work, or maybe look for new opportunities, or find a new life partner. Anything is very, very constructively open for this year.
Wow, that sounds fantastic. And yeah, the life partner, is what I caught on to because we just celebrated Valentine's Day, right? This year I could have really went and, celebrated myself because I think all of us get stuck in this, very conditioned way of looking at love or a celebration, of yourself. that you need to have somebody else to celebrate it with. I think a lot of us, men or women, have forgotten how to celebrate ourselves. So a lot of people who I know this year have actually gone out there, who are single, and celebrated themselves, including myself. So yeah, as I mentioned to you, I feel the energy of the dragon so vividly that I even saw the dragon in my dream.
Wow,
Yeah, yeah,
that that's really auspicious. If you have, Meena dreamt about the dragon.
yeah, and kind of, and telling me, which I shared with some family member too, telling me, wake up, let's fly. And I woke up saying, I woke up in tears, Ashna, because I very seriously kind of believe and understand that when the connection, is so strong, that the universe finds its own language, and communication to speak to you, and yeah, yeah, it's beautiful. It's
The dragon could be also a kind of spirit guide for you because, when you have like, dwelt in quite a low state of, life or something, that's when, like, when you have done with you've cleared everything around the debris, that's when
yes,
the dragon will pull you out of that situation and kind of like fly you out there, where you belong to. So that's a good dream.
yeah, it's a good dream. Yeah, I believe that
Yeah.
so much. That's why, I'm very gung ho about 2024. And to all my friends who are online with us, Ashna will also take up questions. So please, share your questions also. As I mentioned, that we are all here. Heart to Heart is all about, bringing really high value guests and having this inspirational heart to heart conversations that can support, our well being. So I'm very grateful that the universe has given me this opportunity to use my gifts as a journalist to keep creating, stories like this and putting it out there. So, Ashna, let's go on to our next question.
Yeah.
What are the key values, that you would suggest to us to live a healthy, happy, thriving life?
Wow. Okay. So, I really, really feel that, couple of things which I personally practice, and I have seen that, sometimes there are no choices. That's the only way that, maybe God has asked us to travel. So, I personally feel that if you, there are at least 3 to 5 values which one could practice to actually live a very thriving life is. One is to be compassionate, kindness and compassion. So, when you are actually able to see through other people's perspectives, like we may have differences with people, we may have arguments, but when you are, evolving in your journey, when you grow, you see a picture from a larger space. You don't just see on the equal space or from low. So when you're seeing from a higher space, there is always kindness and compassion, which I think if you keep that as one of your strongest value, many of the wars will just dissolve on its own. So kindness and compassion is something. Try to understand that why is that person, behaving in such a way. Maybe they have had, a wounded inner child experience, which all of us do, but maybe they have not been able to evolve, or maybe they haven't got anybody to handhold them to get them out of that space and get to a better, lighter space where there is more light in terms of energy. So,
Right.
kindness and compassion, when you keep that, it is one of the, I think, very thick rope that you can hold on to, to travel upwards in life. So, kindness and compassion is something I truly believe. Second, I would feel integrity and honesty because whatever we are doing in our life, as I said, that we need to, though we are grateful in life, but a certain amount of fear uh, of uh, of karma, of God, always has to be there. So when we do something right with full integrity, maybe we do not receive the, the benefits of that particular thing that we have done immediately, but with time in your journey, maybe not in this lifetime or any other lifetime, but trust So just keep doing the good. And there is a nice saying in Hindi ki neki kar aur darya mein dal. So it says that do good things and throw the coin into the sea. So living with integrity, with honesty, to give everything to your best. And because there is somebody up there who's watching, there is somebody up there who's watching us. So
Yeah.
your conscience at the end of the day has to be clear. You should be able to sleep peacefully before you go to bed. So I think that is second thing which is very important, because peace is ultimately everything. If you've been a millionaire but you do not have any peace, or you're not happy, that wouldn't make any sense, right? So when you are quiet here, when you are so grounded here, so that's the integrity and honesty which takes us much ahead. uh, Third thing I would say is being responsible about everything in life, taking accountability of yourself. We do not depend on people outside our space to bring in the happiness. We ourselves take full charge of our life. We take
Right.
full accountability, and whatever is happening wrong in my space is all I take the onus for it. If something goes right also, I take the onus, but I be with complete gratitude to the divine to kind of bless me with all this wisdom. But when something goes wrong, even I've been in those stages where we keep blaming people, but when we point one finger at somebody, there are other four which comes to you. So
Right.
like,
Right.
can we just dive deep within and find out that what is it that we need to correct within ourselves?
Correct.
So none of us are born like with full everything right in our space. So that's when we need to realize it's a learning journey. So whenever anything is going wrong, there is certain hard lessons which all of us need to understand, that taking accountability of whatever is going wrong in your space, instead of brooding, instead of getting disheartened, instead of blaming at the people, blaming at the situations,
Yeah.
just find out, like, what can I do to make this better? What can I contribute to make this a happy space? Is there something else? If this is not working, what is the next option available? What is it that I can do which is more easier for me, which is more convenient for me, which is more comfortable for me? So these are a couple of things which I think all of us, if we start practicing in our lives, it will take you a long way.
Yeah. Consciously, right? Like consciously with
Yes,
commitment. With
consciously and with commitment. Yes, absolutely,
yeah.
absolutely. And like, we
Otherwise,
need to remind ourselves, because all of us are humans, so we all have the right to get upset about things. But then at the end of the day, it's a practice. Anything with practice and discipline, you are able to make that as a part of your life. So when you start practicing these values, it will take a little time, but overall you start getting respected for that as well. Like,
yes.
even though life is not going to be a bed of roses, even though you will be fully into those values, but you'll have all the tools and like everything to handle that situation to the best of your ability.
It's correct. Yeah, yeah. Because I agree with you. Especially when I look at the old me before I met you, and the new me after doing so much of work, and we continue to do work together.
Yes.
I see with compassion now, and a certain kind of kindness to my old self. If only I keep telling, if only she had more tools, the tools that I have now. If only I had it, say maybe in my 20s and 30s, that kind of thing. Could life be any kind of calmer or less stressful or less anxious? Because I remember I had so much of anxiety, which was all pushed down into my body, and that's why my stomach, took the brunt of it. Ashna, had such bad, acidity and a whole lot of stuff
Yeah.
that happened. Now I understand
Yes.
why, right? And thanks to
Absolutely.
you, and I'm grateful to you. Thanks to you, the work that I've been doing with you for the last 3.5 years now has now helped me to become so self-aware that I immediately see the thought when it comes in, and I say, okay, full stop there. I know exactly what you're trying to do. It's like
There's always there is always a divine timing to everything, so even in our back lives, like I call it a back life, and this is the present life, and there's a front life. So back life is what we were like 25 years back, about your case, or even for that way, even my own case, like people who know me from my childhood, and they've seen the transition of what I was and what I have become in my journey, so it's commendable, because I think maybe God has chosen those people, where we are surrounded with, like, all around with, like, too much of darkness, and that's when I think we get that little light and we hold on to that, and that's where we come to the whole sunshine out, so divine timing. So it's fine, let's just bless the past, whatever has happened in your case, in my case, or anybody else out there. We should be just so grateful that because of that situation we are here today, of what we are, and we are able to be of help to so many other people in the world right now. For you yourself are doing such great work, so I mean, like, whatever your past, it was supposed to be that way. And
Yeah.
see now, like, I wouldn't be surprised if you would be now in place of Oprah Winfrey, holding a show of that kind as well, So these are all experiences in life, and I think we
It's a
just
vision.
need to, like, yeah, it's a vision. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So there's this saying again in Hindi, ke jab se jago tab se savera. So the time you wake up, it's morning, So I think we don't need to say that a substantial amount of my life already got over. But I
Yes.
think we are growing younger day by day. I think, look at you. Like, who would say that, I mean, all of us are such children from within. So that's,
Yes.
like, I think the best part, that otherwise we would have not met ourselves. We met
Yes.
ourselves in this journey. I think
Yeah.
that's something which, like, meeting the universe, meeting the God within,
Yes. Absolutely
isn't
correct.
it?
Absolutely correct, Ashna. Which brings me to my to the flow of my next question is about
Yes.
I would like to understand from you, for my readers and friends, and people who will watch the show later on, what is acceptance, self awareness, the importance of doing inner work or therapy, and which kind of are all these to aid your uh, personal evolution.
Uh, to me, like, when you call the word acceptance, is something that you already are aware that this is A, B, C, and D. This is a bell. This is a bottle of water. The moment you have accepted that this is what it is, and that is what it is going to be, you will shed off a lot of stress within. So indirectly, what I'm trying to say is, if you are already in acceptance to whatever is happening around in your life, whether it's people, whether it's situation, you don't try to put in so much of your energy to kind of change those things, because
Right.
that's going to be like running against the wind, or traveling against the force of force of energy, or the life force. So
Yes.
the moment you are already in acceptance that this is what right now my space looks like, though I'm not happy in this space, or I don't like here, but first thing is acceptance. Okay, first just accept it, and just kind of like sit down on it, just get grounded, that okay, I'm here now, this is what it is, here is me, and this is my situation. What do I
Correct.
do now? I don't like this situation, but why is the situation still there? Why is it not improving? Why is it not going away from my space? Because I have hard lessons to learn. The moment I will quiet myself, I will fall into a silence zone, I will start kind of like merging myself with the situation, and see what is happening actually out there, and what is it that needs to be done from my side. And the moment you take the right connecting steps, the situation on its own will either become much better, or it will dissolve, or it will either vanish away from your life.
Okay.
I used to do this exercise, which kind of this got channeled into me. So some days are so dark, where you just can't handle it. So
Right.
I just thought that, okay, anyway, it's so dark, right? So I would want to go into further darkness. So what I used to do is I used to switch off all the lights in my space, in my room, and I used to make it complete dark, and I used to take a blanket and like cover myself, and then like where there is nothing, like just complete darkness. That's a beautiful moment, a moment of enlightenment, where you are able to talk to your soul from within. You start getting that kind of small conversations, which otherwise, because of the too much of noise outside in your world, you are not
Yes.
able to travel within. So I love traveling within me. With this technique, I have found so many answers of my life. So going into
Great.
complete darkness and switching off all the lights and all the noise, and just being in that space, because that's how we were inside the womb. When we were inside our mother's womb, we were
Correct.
well taken care of, because that's not just the mother here, but the mother earth also. So it's a process, natural process. So dive into complete darkness. Don't be fearful about any kind of darkness in your life. Go into
Mm.
complete darkness and find out, like, what is it that which you are not doing correct? What is it that you need to change, so that you will start seeing the light from there on. So I think
Yeah.
that has helped me a lot, and maybe anybody can do this. It's a very safe exercise, and just try this and see how it works.
Yes, I think all of us have got so used to being stimulated by external stimuli that we've all forgotten, the amazing transformative power of silence. Ashna, and
Absolutely.
yeah, because I live on my own, and I've lived on my own with myself for a very long time. Despite the hustle bustle and hecticness of our work, but I've always kind of managed to find some sort of a quiet time for myself, because I believe whenever that I'm doing something, and I'm sure a lot of people who are live with us will agree, uh, we co-create with the source, as we say, in that way, right? And inside
Absolutely. And
comes the answers.
yes, and it's important, because what we do is we've got habituated that we start asking external help from people. Well, it's not wrong to ask, because when we are kind of clogged up with our mind, or it's a foggy mind, you would ask somebody who is like maybe more enlightened to ask for their help around. But nature has given all answers within ourselves, even if we do not have anybody. But this,
Correct.
it took quite a time for me to understand this, that it's not outside that my piece is lying, it's here inside. So all the answers are here within. So
Yes.
like, if you dive deep within out here, you will be able to discover what is exactly supposed to be done, not supposed to be done. Everything will open up. It'll just open up like a flower.
Yes. I'm very grateful and happy to see we have so many comments today, which I'm putting
Oh
up.
wow.
Yeah, see?
I'm not able to see any of these, but it would be nice if I get to know what's,
Yeah.
if there's anything that people want to know, or, what is the energy there out there.
It looks very, 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 very happy. There's Poonam Soni who says hello. There is
Hi,
Nevis Quadros.
Poonam. How are you?
Nevis Quadros is saying, great initiative. Keep it up, Ethel Da Costa. There is, oh, wow. We have the tourism director from Bhutan, Dorji.
Wow.
Dorji sir,
Hello. How are you?
thank you for joining.
Namaste.
He says, happy to listening to Ethel Da Costa. Warm greetings. Thank you, sir, for joining in from Bhutan. We have Yvonne Denise from Goa saying, hi, Ethel, great going. Thank
Hello.
you so much, Yvonne. I also have Meena Sagar saying, nice and good listening to you. Thank you
Hello,
so much.
Meena.
Thank you so much for joining in. Yvonne says, Ethel, you look the same and so much better over the years.
She's like looking always like the princess around, I always call you that. Like, you're the little princess.
Thank you. She says, encouraging and enlightening talk. Thank you. I'm so happy that she.
By the way, like the way you have kind of like becoming younger, who would say that you are a granny, and even I'm going to become a granny just next month?
Imagine, yeah, my mom. I was talking to her a few days back. Every time I look at your photographs, I think, wow, the best decision she did going to Malaysia because look at her now, Who knew? Yeah. So there's Geeta who says hello. Hi, Geeta. Thank you for
Hi.
joining.
Hello.
Yvonne continues with her sharing. She says the best part is she's always telling, from personal experiences. Yvonne, you've known me since I was, I think, 18 years old. I've always spoken.
Oh,
Yeah, I've always spoken the truth from my heart. All my writings, whether as a journalist, it has always been from the heart because I think you can't beat integrity when it's built from within. Correct, Ashna?
absolutely.
And, and I,
Absolutely.
yeah, and I think that has taken me courage also to always keep speaking and doing things from my heart because that is who I think is my mission. I feel being here. So yeah, so lot of chit chat happening. I'm so happy that I've shared these conversations on with you, Ashna. And as the conversations, as the comments happen, I will keep putting them on our chat. Thank
Sure.
you, everyone. Thank you,
Definitely.
thank you so much
Thank you, everybody.
for joining in this very enlightening conversation, heart-to-heart conversation with Ashna. Ashna, going back to our chat, I want to understand from you, which will also help me also, as well as my friends who are online with us. How can you create true connection with oneself, with yourself, and how can you guide my friends and listeners and readers on this?
The true connection can only happen when actually you are, integrated fully, uh, from your heart, mind, body, and soul. So it is very important to take out the me time for you, where you can have the conversations with yourself. One can do this in several ways. You can do it through journal writing, where you are able to put down your emotions, write your feelings down, understand what is happening within you.
Right,
It's the moment you are understanding what exactly is happening, you half the battle is already won out there, because and putting anything on paper, it is like actually getting it out of your system and giving it back to the universe. So
correct.
knowing yourself would also be one of your highest responsibility, because if you are not clear in your vision what is it that you want, you will be just like all over the place. So
Yes,
it's important that one is like, though you may be surrounded with a bigger family, too many things happening in your space, but you should have a vision for yourself at least, though you have many commitments, many responsibilities out there, where maybe sometimes you're just not living for yourself, you're living only for other people, but still maybe there should be some amount of time which you are able to give to your liking, to things that bring you a lot of happiness, a lot of peace, whether it can be anything from when you talk about external things like food or dressing up or buying things for you, fine, these are things. But when you want to make a true connection is actually asking yourself just like an adult. So maybe what I can share a small exercise out here, that again get yourself into a little zone where you are uninterrupted, and you separate yourself and become a parent, and just ask yourself to become the smaller version of you, and ask that what is it that you want in your life right now, and see what answers are coming. At times you may have so many things which you have just not looked into. You wanted to do many things in life, or you had so many desires, but life never gave you the opportunity to complete them because of x, y, and z reasons. So okay, fine, I'm not saying that maybe still you don't have those things to complete, but at least acknowledge that okay, this is something I really wanted but it's not happened. So I forgive myself for not being able to get me myself whatever I needed at point of time. But at the same time, like, awareness is the key. So the moment you become aware, a part of you already gets healed.
wow.
Trust me. A
Yes.
part of you already gets healed when you are aware.
Hmm.
Many people are single in life, and now I think people like us who have already evolved, we are aware that we have consciously chosen a life where we like this kind of life where we have the freedom of being ourselves. So
Right.
even though it will take time for the right partner to come and step into our lives, but we are aware, so we're not going to be cribbing like 25 years back that OMG, I don't have this, I don't have that. Why is God doing this to me? I am only the person.
Yes.
I'm being so good to everybody. So why this victim mindset? The moment you are
Yes.
aware that I'm pretty much stable and I'm quite happy with the way things are, and one fine day when you have accepted yourself wholeheartedly, that's when you will attract a partner who is actually you deserve and the person who also deserves you.
Yeah. Correct. Wow.
See,
That
the
is very.
energy will be the same. You cannot have a mismatch of energy. If you
Yes.
are in a bad state, we don't want to become damsel in distress that this person will come, so my life will improve because that person is much more stronger. So they'll step into my life and everything will be like a fairy tale. No,
Yes.
it can be another disaster waiting
Correct.
ahead.
So what you're
So
suggesting, uh, self awareness, right? That's what you're saying.
become empowered completely on your own first.
Hmm.
Anything that you handle your life to the best of your ability, whether it's paying your bills, whether it's looking after your parents or children or anybody in your space, you become that capable and do not seek external help for that. Why? God has made both the energies, the yin and the yang is present within us, the shiv and the shakti is here. So
Yes.
why are we not using both the energies? Why are we dwelling only in one part of your energy?
Correct.
If you are too much of a yin energy, then you are missing out on the yang part of it. That's where the fear sets in, where you
Yes.
feel that you are not strong enough, or you're not going to be able to handle your life to the way it's supposed to be.
Okay.
Vice
And
versa,
and
if you're too much,
and that's why I feel, because we are talking, on the importance of self help or doing the inner work, or the importance of therapy, right?
yes. So that's when the therapy does come in, of course, because people who have been enlightened, of course, they may have their own vision, which is divinely gifted. But now in today's world, the holistic approach has become it's a need of the hour. So, instead of, trying to find that happiness with, running away from things, running away from the family, trying to just go out with friends and just watching the movie, and you will again come back to that state because that's just very temporary, just a few hours kind of a relief. But when you take a holistic approach, or when you travel this journey with full integrity, that's when you will actually find out what is the root cause of your issue, which needs to
Yes.
be dealt with. The core
Correct.
issue has to be dealt with. Until you don't heal that, you will not come out of that situation, you will be still stuck there.
Correct. Yeah. Wow.
That's when all these therapies come in. So I have evolved because even I was in a victim mindset many years back, and I used to blame the situations and the people around me to, as in, but then somewhere inside me, I knew that there is something which I will be able to handle. And of course, I had to figure out into the world of self help. And, there was a whole amount of work that I have done in last 25 years, to get today where I am. It took me like, and still there's a lot more to be done.
Much more to do.
It's
Yeah.
it's a
I
it's
say
a it's a it's a it's a it's a learning journey. It will, till the time we are on this earth, we'll still keep on evolving. So there is no one time that you're done. Okay, now I'm enlightened, and that then we are in a state of God, right? Like
true. True.
so. We, till the time we are alive, there will be hard lessons. Nothing that, but you keep moving with faith and with that vision in life that everything happens for the best, and within this you will find out like what best you can do and bloom where you're planted.
Correct. Yeah, yeah, oh, I love that. Bloom where you're
bloom
planted.
where you're planted Bloom where
Yes.
you're planted. I love the plants in my space because even I have seen that sometimes when you forget to nurture them, but nature has its own way. Out of nowhere they will just bloom. So the
Yes.
nature has, given everybody the same light. The same sun is all across the globe, which shines on everybody. It's up to you how much light are we willing to take in our
Yeah,
lives?
I completely understand that because, as I said, I'm speaking from experience too now. No, you cannot be forced. It has to come from wanting to how do you call it? Living a life that is full of joy, happiness, and bliss for you, right? I think
Sure.
that's the step when you say, okay, how can I become better? Or how can I become an asset to myself? In that way, right, Ashna?
And
I mean, in a,
it's our journey. We don't have to copy anybody. We can always get inspiration from others, but their journey is not, sometimes you're not meant to travel their journey. So many times people tell me that I want to become like you. I said, that's great, but please do not wish that because you don't know how many thorns have I traveled to be here
yeah,
today. And
yes,
maybe you don't know what is on the other side of the game. So you walk your journey and ask for what you want in life. What is your peace? What is your prosperity? What does that mean to you? you know
correct. Yeah, we have.
because people who are at your place and my place, we've lost everything in life, and then we have regained everything, regained ourselves by losing
Yes,
everything.
yes,
you know
so true. That is
when
absolutely
you've
so true.
lost everything, then you have discovered yourself.
Yes, yeah,
So
yeah.
not
Same
it's
here.
not easy journey. It's not easy journey. But if you are in that space where you are, like lost and you are feeling nothing is working for you, then definitely this platform and us are the right people to help you because we've walked that space earlier and we know that there is always a light and always a, beautiful life for everybody out there.
Yes, amazing, really amazing inputs, Ashna. Our readers
Thank
are
you.
buzzing. Our readers are really buzzing. By the way, I have some
Oh,
questions.
wow. Yeah,
Some
let's dive into the readings. Yeah.
some very powerful questions, coming up. I'm going to put them
Yes.
up.
Sure.
Blasio says, sends me nice emojis, heart emojis. Hi, Blasio. Thank you
Hello.
for being online with us. Poonam Soni has a very, very strong question. She says, "How
Wow.
can we, yeah, how can we be?" I think it's a kind of grammatical error there. She said, "How can we make it powerful in?" I think she's talking about self connection. How can we make it powerful in relation to love and respect? Poonam Soni says,
Love
"How
and
can
respect.
how can we make a connection in relation of love and respect powerful?"
See, love and respect, again, two tools I can actually see immediately. One is when we don't respect ourselves or we keep, kind of losing out ourselves to kind of like, I wouldn't call it people pleasing, but maybe we don't want others to get upset. So we kind of like go beyond the call of duty to actually not allow things to fall apart at times.
Mm.
And
Mm.
that's very common in India because that's how I think we are being brought up, that you have to keep your mouth zipped, not to open your mouth, even though you are getting crushed, but you're not supposed to like rebel, or you're not supposed to like open up and say, "Ouch, it's hurting me." We're not supposed to say that. But
Yes.
when we talk about respect, we have to say, "Excuse me, ouch, it's hurting me." But with we do not like, at times it is absolutely okay to get out the complete the blast which is happening. So here there is fear which holds back of losing people in our lives at times when we don't
Yeah.
speak up because we feel that they will stop talking to me, or something bad will happen, or but then at one point of time that collapse will come, so better sooner the earlier. Let it collapse, it's fine. You will have to make that place for you and say enough is enough. This is getting over and above my boundaries and limits. I'm not able to breathe on this. With my folded hands, this behavior will not be accepted anymore. If you do not choose to uh, uh, be on the same page as I am,
Mm.
then we need to stop this conversation immediately, or maybe take it when you are in a better frame of mind. And that's when where you will have to really really choose with the power of your words, with the power of your body language and everything. You will have to tell them. It's nobody is going to just figure it out, so you'll have to tell them what is bothering you. The
Right.
disrespect that has to be told. Or you distance yourself for some time until that person also realizes what they have done.
I think
So
I think
it's
it's
important.
Yeah, it's like how we say, right? And I usually say that, keep that philosophy in mind for myself too. People who love you don't mind. People who mind don't matter.
Yes, but then, we come across so many people in life where on a daily grind we meet such people. So if it is disrespect, sometimes it's their issue, it's not ours. But there are people who may be very integral in your space, which
Correct.
is like causing everyday issues. So that is where you'll have to put your stand and, work towards it. But when if it is just like a milkman showing some attitude or some, it's okay, that's their issues. So we learn to develop our own peace, that we don't have to fight the battles with everybody,
Correct.
every person on the road out there. So the battle has to be first within, that why, what is it that is irritating me about them, how,
Correct.
what is triggering here.
Yeah.
Why am
What you
I getting so upset? So is heal that part of you, and then I think there will be a difference in the other person as well. I've seen this very, very effectively. I've seen this where these are triggers which are signs of wounded childhood,
Yeah.
in wounded inner child, where these are repeated experiences with people we keep having in
Correct.
different stages of life.
Thank you.
Everybody is there to insult you, to kind of put you down, to kind of disregard you, to kind of like ignore you, because you are a very nice person, and either we be in that space that okay, I forgive them because they don't have that much of mind to actually understand my level of thinking, because it's not out of arrogancy, but we are in that stage where these are petty things, these are petty matters, so you forgive that person. But if it is really bothering you, then it has to be, you will have to deal with that, you'll have to deal with that person, if you are even scared to lose them, but you'll have to put your best foot forward and have strike up that difficult conversation with them and see
Yes.
whatever the outcome is.
Thank you,
And
Ashna.
trust
Thank
me,
you.
generally you will win that conversation. Even though if it is not, then maybe that person was meant to leave that space. So it is important that you are bringing up these difficult topics and addressing them.
Yeah, we have to learn to say no, and we have to learn to be okay with letting go.
Yes, absolutely.
Moving on to my next question. This is from Durji. This is from, like I mentioned, director. I think from Bhutan. He says, Ashna, do you believe in in miracles, in supernatural blessing? Does miracles have role in one's life or destiny?
Absolutely, I do trust in miracles, but that should not become, that I will always leave everything to chance. I will do my best. I will put my best efforts to whatever has to be done from my side, and I will hope for the best, of course, because miracles are something when, you've actually given up from your side and you've just surrendered into the surrender mode. I've always seen miracles happening at that moment. You know, when you have got tired of something and then you are just collapsing, that's when the universe lifts you up and gives you miracles.
Yes.
So god forbid we don't come into that state where we kind of have to completely allow the universe to take over. So that's when the miracles I have seen in my life, in others life as well. But till the time you think that you are capable of doing certain things, you give in your best, and rest, leave it up to the to your divine power, whomever you believe in. And at one point of time, if the struggle has been really old, I don't think it is even worth fighting that battle. There
Yeah.
are, those doors are closed and you don't have to wait for those doors to open. Then don't keep false hopes also all the time, because that's not going to be helpful, where we are not doing any reality check also, that we are living in a illusion
Correct.
illusionary state of mind. So
Yeah.
uh, hope is always good, faith is always good, but keep doing your best, whatever needs to be done, and leave the rest on the higher power up there.
Yes, I agree to that. I mean, I also kind of agree and believe in the power of trust and surrender, and then something,
Yes.
that yeah, that is meant for you, then happens for your highest good. Whether it is
Yes.
whether it brings you joy or whether it brings you pain. I believe the universe wants the highest good to happen to you, and that is
And
the keeps me going too. Yeah.
Also, Ethel, I would like to add one thing out here. When you're desperately trying to make things happen or pray about a certain situation, which is almost like a dead game, but that's things doesn't happen at that point of time. Like sometimes when you just leave it that I've done.
Yeah, yeah, I completely agree. I think Ashna's network has taken a small beating, but whoever is here with me on the show on Heart to Heart, these are very, very powerful thoughts shared by Ashna, and I'm grateful myself for the kind of for the messages and for the solutions that Ashna has channeled live with us. I'm grateful that all of you from everywhere joined in the conversation. Punched your time, as you call it, no time card to be here with me, and to make sure that you participated full heartedly, because I can see it from from the views happening, from the questions that have come from you from different parts of the world. I'm so grateful. And if Ashna's network steps in, because she's doing it from Mumbai, I will patch her in. If not, I think she has managed to answer all my questions on Heart to Heart. And I'm so deeply grateful for all of you who have joined in, who have who have been so supportive of my own journey. Actually, as a journalist, as a media entrepreneur, I hope to do to add on more to the kind of things that I like to do in this year, harnessing the power of and the energy of the dragon, and make something great out of it. Let's see if Ashna can join us. Ashna, are you here? Are you able to join us? Because I would love to have you say goodbye to my audiences before we break off the stories and go back to our Sunday evening. I'm not sure if Ashna, can you?
Yes,
So
yes, I'm around.
yeah, but we cannot see you.
Is it?
Yes. I will try the other line too. We cannot see you or hear you. So I think your network has taken a beating. Oh, there you are. Okay. There you are. Awesome. So I was just telling my my friends who have joined in that you've channeled some really powerful answers today, and I hope that they will watch the show back again, to kind of share it with family and friends as well, so that we never know who it could help and support. Can you hear us, Ashna? Okay. Yeah, but I can see you, but I cannot hear you. Um, I think it is your network. It is your network, correct? And if you cannot hear me, then maybe you can do like a visual bye to my audience, because it's almost an hour that we are online, and you know, yeah, I we cannot hear you at all. Yeah,
Now? Is it
yeah,
better? Is it
much
better?
better. Yeah, and we can hear
Yeah.
you. So I'm winding the show down because
Yes.
all our questions have been answered.
Yes.
Thank you so much for making the time, for this first episode of Heart to Heart for 2024. Very valuable insights and solutions and tools that you've shared, Ashna, with us today.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It was truly a pleasure to be here at this heart to heart show, dear Ethel, and all the lovely viewers out there. My best wishes to everybody, my love and blessings to all. And it would be a pleasure to keep connected in the near future as well. And yes,
Yes,
I hope that you all enjoyed as well.
yes. On this note, I'm going to say good night to you, and
Good night. Good night. Good night.
have a lovely week coming up.
You too. You too. Bye bye. Take care. God
Bye.
bless.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Ashna. Thank you so much.
Bye bye. You too. Bye bye. Bye, everybody.
Bye. And on that note, I'm going to say bye to everyone. Thank you for joining in. And Heart to Heart will be hosted every fortnight, because I really want to get some really good guests, online for this particular season 3 series. From my Facebook, I will also upload the show onto my YouTube at Ethel Da Costa, so that we are putting it out there, for the larger good, of our community and humanity and the universe, because it is it is joy in the kind of service, that I create here. And I hope that you will continue to be part of the shows. Get in your friends, get in colleagues, whoever that we can help and support. That is the purpose of Heart to Heart. Good night. I love you. I thank you for being part of my journey. And I'm going to see you next fortnight. Bye. Thank you so much.